So Tyson Fury was saved by the referee and saved by the bell, let's be honest. But great round 9 for Usyk. And he came out round 10, round 11. Didn't do a great deal, but I thought he was still behind his work and still kind of in control. Fury was better, Fury recovered well.
Carl Froch has reacted to the leaked audio tape of the Furies and referee Mark Nelson.
John Fury, the fighting man, 100-0 on the hard road. But come on, don't be calling out the Cobra.
You and me, Wembley Stadium, 93,000 crowd. I'm up for that, my friend.
So anyway, you said you'll fight anyone. You said not long ago.
The former heavyweight boxer did not only attack the 3 persons involved, but also wished that they get the maximum punishment for their offense.
So we don't listen too much to Tyson Fury's advice or insults, but let's go back to the fight. It was a great fight, it was close. Usyk started out well, he dominated early doors for me on the scorecard, but Tyson Fury got back into it. And when he got back into it, well, leveled it up.
He hid nothing about his hatred for the Furies and trolled them repeatedly after his shocking discovery. Carl Froch, who's been sitting specially on matters relating to Tyson Fury, and his father, John Fury, has now lashed out at the both of them, alongside referee Mark Nelson, who was the 3rd man in the ring during the heavyweight title fight on May 18th. Well, the reason isn't far-fetched. Froch's comments came after an audio tape was leaked containing a conversation between John Fury and referee Mark Nelson, with Tyson Fury making intermittent comments during the conversation.
Last year, anybody over 50, I'll fight him. I'm a fighting man. Any man born from his mother, I'll fight him. Over 50 years old, on the hard road, in the ring, in the pub, in the back of a gypsy caravan site. You're not fighting, man, because I'll have a fight with you. I'll fight you for a fiver. I'll beat you.
Even if no tape was discovered, it's become a major topic in the world of boxing after the fight that Tyson Fury had received a huge favor from Mark Nelson, and that was the only reason why he was up till the very last round. Should Mark Nelson have carried out his duties as expected, Alexander Usyk would have won the match impressively with a 9th round knockout victory. The favoritism was so clear that heavyweight fighter Derek Chisora had slammed Mark Nelson for allowing Fury too much time to recover from Usyk's onslaught. In an interview with the Stomping Ground, Chisora stopped Mark Nelson after he left the ring and said, "Ref, that was the slowest count in boxing history. Get your math right, bro. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That was the slowest count of 10 I ever heard in my life. Yeah? Slowest count ever. And that's a disgrace to boxing. I don't care who says anything. That was so slow. The fight was over.
Do you think Usyk deserved the victory aside from...
The Ukrainian landed a succession of overhand lefts to send Fury tumbling backwards into one of the corners of the ring. Referee Mark Nelson called a knockdown as Fury appeared to be only kept up by a corner post. Ringside officials began the 8 count, but Chisora felt it was too long. After Nelson walked away, Chisora said, "That was the slowest count in boxing history. Do you understand?"
On the 9th round, when the knockdown.
Yes.
And then the count was very
slow
and
extremely slow, extended, and suddenly the bell rings. So, hop, stop, Usyk.
In a separate interview, Chisora described the count as a disgrace to boxing. "I don't know why the referee gave a count. I understand they say if the ropes are keeping you up, that means if anybody is on the ropes getting hit, the referee should jump in and give you a count." He then added, "I thought the ref should have let him either finish him off or stop the fight. It seemed like a fair and square stoppage from my point of view. He was all over the place. He fell over. If it was around the other way, if Tyson Fury was doing this to Usyk, the referee would have probably stopped it. We need to talk about the slow count. That destroys boxing," Chisora said in an interview. "If we keep doing this silliness of slow counting and trying to disrupt the rhythm of the game, people will fall out of love with boxing." But for some reason, the referee gave him a count and gave him a long 20-second count. The referee stopped him from finishing his opportunity. Everybody at ringside was really upset at the referee. Fury has a history of recovering from heavy knockdowns, having previously climbed off the canvas against heavy hitters Deontay Wilder and Francis. Alongside the heavyweight boxer, fans were quick to share their rants on social media. Many fans were so blunt on sharing their opinions, all echoing the claim that Mark Nelson was the major contributor to Tyson Fury's win. A fan tweeted, "Referee saved him. I see patterns with the Fury family." One said, "It was no close fight. Usyk won the fight twice, in the 9th round and by scorecard." Another fan quickly compared Mark Nelson's performance to that of Harvey Dock, who officiated the fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia a month ago, and came under fire for not ending the match after Devin Haney went down 3 times before the final bell. The ref is trying to help Fury as much as possible, just like the one did in the Garcia fight. The ref should have ended it, but he probably had money on it, and was told, "Do not stop it if Fury is in trouble no matter what."
Corner, okay, so you're down, okay. 1. That was like that.
Yeah, but I think this one thing needs to change in boxing because people love boxing.
True.
Yeah, lots of people are falling in love with boxing because of.
A fan wrote boldly, "The ref saved him. He didn't survive it on his own." Also, this one didn't put so much blame on the ref, believing the ropes saved Fury first. The ropes saved him. A questioning fan queried why the fight wasn't stopped considering Tyson Fury's vulnerability at that moment. A better question is, why didn't the referee stop the fight because Fury was basically defenseless and taking big shots while offering nothing back, or a move to avoid the pummeling he was taking? Well, the answer to this fan's question was that John Fury had had a conversation with the referee before the fight, and being tempted by their offer, Mark Nelson made Tyson Fury's dominance his main priority. The details of their conversation was leaked in an audio tape that was reported to have been released by Usyk's promoter. Alex Krassyuk had been the one to make the efforts to find out what was fishy about the Furies and referee Mark Nelson. And according to the news doing the rounds, he was the one who handed the tape over to Alexander Usyk. Once the fight was over, Alexander Usyk's promoter Alexander Krassyuk claimed the victory should have come earlier than it did, as the fight didn't have to go past the 9th round. To him, Fury was saved by the referee, ropes, and then the bell after a flurry of punches from Usyk almost sent him to the canvas.
On the 9th round, when the knockdown.
Yes.
And then the count was very
slow.
very slow and
extremely slow, extended, and suddenly the bell rings. So, hop, stop, Usyk, go to your corner. No. Yeah, that corner. Okay.
I am exhausted. I was cheering and backing Usyk the whole fight. No disrespect to the referee, but he stole the KO. That's my opinion. It was a tremendous performance. Krassyuk said immediately after the fight during the in-ring interview. Well, it turned out the referee's shadiness was what prompted Alex Krassyuk into his quest to discover what was fishy.
Corner, okay, so you're down, okay. 1. That was like that.
yeah, but I think this one thing needs to change in boxing because people love boxing.
True.
Yeah, lots of people are falling in love with boxing because of what.
From the leaked tape, John Fury was the one doing most of the talking as it happened a few days before the fight. The conversation was mainly on the financial rewards they were going to give Mark Nelson should Tyson Fury emerge victorious. Actually, they ensured they didn't really convince or beg him for a favor. They only promised him some money to appreciate him, which was indirectly a bribe.
Win in the 9th, but referee has stolen his victory.
What do you mean?
He had to stop the fight in the 9th.
Do you believe Tyson should have been stopped then?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you happy with the scorecards tonight?
How can you be happy with the scorecards?
John Fury had spoken like Tyson had won the undisputed world championship already and was only trying to appreciate Mark Nelson for his efforts in the ring. "We just want to appreciate you. We'd have loved to do it before the fight, but so it doesn't come off as corrupt, we'll do it once Tyson wins. We have a little gift for you." But unsurprisingly, the 9th round proved what they all were trying to do. As soon as some fans got to know about the leaked tape, they quickly jumped on social media, calling for a punishment for Mark Nelson and Tyson Fury. A fan wrote, "Boxing keeps amazing me with the height of corruption every match. Many will lose interest and it'll lose its relevance." Another quipped, "If this is truly the case, then there's almost no way forward for boxing. It's sad the sport has been reduced to a profit-making enterprise." A very worried fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "I thought the ref was shady. Never knew it was this bad. Boxing is a huge concern and the authorities are watching it die. One sport with 4 global associations that can't do anything." Well, this whole thing began once Alexander Usyk spoke up during his in-ring interview, and afterwards it became a major topic that kept spreading until a worthy discovery was made in the tape. And now, the most recent remark has come from a sworn enemy of the Furies, Froch, who had earlier trolled John Fury for how messy their corner was during the fight.
Well, and I think doesn't it? So we don't listen too much to Tyson Fury's advice or insults, but let's go back to the fight. It was a great fight. It was close. Usyk started out well. He dominated early doors for me on the scorecard, but Tyson...
Speaking on the most recent episode of TalkSport's The Verdict podcast with George Groves, the former unified super middleweight champion said, Froch was particularly vocal about removing Fury Sr., but when you've got three people, including Big John Fury, the fighting man, he said with a bit of humor, when you've got him in the corner shouting and screaming at you whilst you've got two other people giving you advice, that means you're listening to absolutely nobody. He continued, I thought that was terrible and really unprofessional in his corner. He shouldn't be in there anymore. His coach, Sugar Hill, knows everything about the game. He was trying to give him instructions. How can Tyson focus on Sugar Hill and take on those instructions when he's got John Fury shouting down his ear and talking stuff to him through the ropes?
Percent of the time, and then I had Tony Sims, Joe Cordina's man. He was doing my cuts. I also had a guy called Mark Seltzer, but he didn't really give me much. He just gave me a little look and a nod and a wink. But Rob McCracken was the main voice. You can only listen to one person. Tony Sims.
However, the Cobra has questioned Fury's hunger and believes money is now his sole motivation. And this was part of why Fury had to react. Froch continued by questioning Tyson Fury's motivation. I think now Tyson Fury's realized the legacy's probably not intact like he'd like it to be, Froch added. So now I think he's just concentrating on the money. I overheard a soundbite when he was in the ring, and he looked over at Turki Al-Sheikh, who's the entertainment guy out in Saudi, and he looked at him. He goes, let's get the rematch on, show me the money. As if that's the only thing he's interested in now, just making some more money before he retires.
Sims would give me a bit of instruction as I step up off the stool to go out for the round and just say, keep that left hand up or get off to your right. Just a last little instruction before you go. But when you've got three people, including Big John Fury.
But I don't know how that will settle with him when he looks in the mirror and his head hits the pillow. How does that settle with him? Froch again commented on Fury firing his father. He had questioned the professionalism of his corner, and then he was questioning his hunger and motivation. John Fury interfering in Tyson's corner could have been the difference between winning and losing, said Froch. It's impossible. You can't listen to two people at once. That could have been the difference between winning and losing in a close fight. That interference in the corner could have cost Tyson the fight. And on hearing about the allegations against Tyson Fury, John Fury, and Mark Nelson, Froch was quick to hurl verbal stones at the Fury, claiming it was clear for all to see that an underground work had been done. It was clear for all to see that something was wrong about the outcome. I don't doubt it. John Fury is a desperate man. He can really go to that extent. I'm just disappointed in Mark Nelson with his level of experience. He should really be doing better. He also added, hoping the trio get the rightful punishment for their atrocity.
And a wink, but Rob McCracken was the main voice. You can only listen to one person. Tony Sims would give me a bit of instruction as I step up off the stool to go out for the round and just say, keep that left hand up or get off to your right. Just a last little instruction before you go.
Sure, they all have to be severely punished. In fact, they could have a look at his previous fights and investigate them. There could be something fishy as well. Once this is confirmed, I do not see any rematch. I don't think he has the motivation to come back from the punishments this will bring. The Furies are ashamed to boxing.
I thought it was a fight of two halves. I mean, we're all debating. See you, mate. See you guys. We're all debating the scores. I actually thought that Fury was controlling the fight pretty well through 6 rounds, and then obviously on the back 6 rounds of the fight, he dropped him. I'm not sure how he even recovered.
As you would expect, Froch wasn't the only one to be vocal about the referee's questionable display during the match. Froch's former sparring partner and good friend, Tony Bellew, had also commented a few days after the fight. Notably, Tony Bellew got knocked out by Alexander Usyk in November 2018, and he believed Tyson Fury would have suffered the same fate as he did if the in-ring official didn't make an error in Tyson's favor. Without being too harsh, it should have been stopped in the 9th round, he said during a live show on TV. Well, Usyk should have been allowed to continue punching in the 9th round. That should have never been a count, and the referee knows he made a mistake.
Compare times, whereas with someone like Tyson Fury, he's now, and that is the worst thing in the world you can do. Because the minute you try to pass this boy, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna.
He then continued, "In professional boxing, you don't get a standing count unless you are about to hit the floor and the ropes keep you up." Fury was stumbling around. He stumbled 4 times previously to the 5th stumble. It was on the 5th stumble he jumped in. He claimed Usyk would have won before the bell rang, as just 2 more punches would have ended the fight 3 rounds earlier than it did. Alexander Usyk only needs 2 more punches there, and it's the end of the contest. That was stolen from him. The former WBC Cruiserweight champion was thankful that the right man won in the end, even if some fans were unhappy with one judge giving Fury the decision.
You're gonna lose, and you're gonna drastically. You look at the fighters he's fought, and he's gone to every single champion's backyard in their patch and beat them up on their patch. The job he's done on Murat Garcia in Russia.
Bellew added, "Ultimately, forget about that now because I want boxing to be put out there as the greatest spectacle sport in the world. The most important thing is the right man got the decision. There was no corruption with judges and no controversy. The right man won, and we have an undisputed, unified 4-belt heavyweight champion of the world for the first time in boxing history." It's a sentiment echoed by the winner himself, who said it's not something he's going to dwell on.
You feel like a knockout was stolen from you?
I don't think about it, because we have a winner. Okay, maybe. I don't think about it, because we have win. Yeah? Okay, no knockout, no problem. But 12th round is a big drama.
Fury has already insisted he will exercise the rematch clause in his contract, but some people are suggesting he may retire after his first career defeat.
Oh boy,
truthfully,
I'm not a judge.
What did you think? What you've seen, like?
I gotta watch it back on tape and I'll give you my opinion. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you.
What did you think on the night, though? Even that it could be different on tape.
Thought it was a great fight.
The bomber was of the belief that 2 things will convince him to run it back with Usyk. Money dictates everything when it comes to boxing, and you're looking for an absolute fortune. This boy is going to get to face a rematch, Bellew said. He's not fighting for the money, he just wanted to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He might just get a second go at that. I'm not so sure he will because I think these belts might be broken up now. Listen, that fight on Saturday night was a memorable night, a great event. Alexander Usyk was unbelievable, and so was Tyson Fury. Being that Tony Bellew understood what it was like to be in the ring with Alexander Usyk, he never gave Tyson Fury a shot before the fight, predicting in favor of Usyk. Tony Bellew believes Usyk's ability to set traps sets him apart from other heavyweights after feeling his full force in their cruiserweight contest back in 2018. When I fought him nearly 6 years ago, I had a small idea of what to expect, but when you're in the ring with him, it's totally different, Bellew told a news source. His brain and feet are on another level to pretty much anything I've ever encountered, and don't forget that I was an amateur who went all around the world sparring boxers from some of the most decorated countries. He then recalled his fight with Usyk 6 years ago. You never feel fully in control with Usyk, and I've always believed that being able to fight calmly when under pressure is one of the biggest assets a fighter can have. His slight movement with his feet and his feints always have you thinking, and his ability to set traps you don't even see coming is something else. Also, Bellew anticipates Fury trying to use his size and versatility to bully his opponent, but feels Usyk will be too good on the night.
In backyard in their patch and beat them up on their patch. The job he done on Murat Garcia in Russia was absolutely phenomenal. He did not take a shot, and that's what he's capable of doing when he...
In Fury, Usyk will have a big problem to solve because Fury is also an intelligent fighter, and if he uses his size the way he should, he can cause Usyk some serious issues. The former World Boxing Cruiserweight champion added, Fury's ability to fight from both stances and his movement for such a big man means that he can also make his opponents think non-stop. If you want another example of his variety, then look at his fight with Klitschko, where he essentially bullied the veteran champion. He also added, detailing Fury's advantages over Usyk as well. Fury's versatility is a major strength because we can look at various stages of his career and see that he can always find a way to win. bulldozing Deontay Wilder, wrestling with Vladimir Klitschko, overcoming cuts and knockdowns. This is a fighter who always finds a way, but I'm not sure that happens against Usyk. Fury has shown he can be hit and hurt by boxers nowhere near the level of Usyk, and that's a concern against a man who is so accurate. Fury will push on and try to impose his size and strength, but I just see Usyk being too good and winning on the scorecards to add another impressive addition to his already incredible record. As long as there's no controversy from officials, this is Usyk's fight on points. While more investigations are still ongoing with the trio of Tyson Fury, John Fury, and Mark Nelson, it is almost certain that a severe punishment awaits them once the investigation is completed. With Tyson Fury and Mark Nelson likely to experience a ban, such disciplinary bans aren't new to Tyson Fury anymore. However, Mark Nelson, who has had a beautiful career of officiating over 100 world championship fights, would be most disappointed to see his years of building a reputable image in boxing get washed away suddenly. And that's all for now. What do you think about Carl Froch's claims about John Fury's personality? Do you think the guilty parties should all be handed the maximum punishment? Let's know your thoughts in the comment section. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get alerted when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.